Hello and welcome to Meditations for Mortals. I'm Lindsay Milner. We're into week 3 of the 4-week guide to doing what counts, the book Meditations for Mortals by Oliver Burkeman. And his suggestion is that we work through these chapters, one chapter a day, looking at and meditating on, reflecting on the theme of the day. He also has weekly themes. So just a quick recap. Week 1 was about facing our finitude. Week 2 was about taking imperfect action. And week 3 is letting go. This one feels a bit more difficult to me at the moment. It feels like it's maybe a slight contradiction in the one of taking action. However, we'll continue, we will work through. So, day 15, what if this were easy, on the false allure of effort. And Bergman's point here is that sometimes we make things more difficult than they really need to be, or sometimes we perceive them as something that needs to be difficult or that will be difficult. And we also sometimes think that it's only meaningful if it's hard work. And he doesn't like this concept of, it's only meaningful if it was really difficult, because that turns our life into a sort of internal battle, a constant battle between, and I think I am going to read his quote because I quite liked this. He says that this can really affect how we think about ourselves, how we feel about ourselves. It seems plausible that life, anything worth doing, is going to be difficult. It's going to require some effort on our part. But he says if we define meaningful tasks as those that always require exertion, and you as the kind of person who needs pushing and prodding to do them, it turns into an internal battle between the kind of person you'd like to be, energetic, productive, and the kind of person you privately feel yourself to be at the core, prone to backsliding at the first opportunity. Well, I think I'd go further than the kind of person who is prone to backsliding. A lot of us are really hard on ourselves and are the kind of person who we feel that we're the kind of person who just won't get anything done unless we really work hard and make sure that we actually push ourselves into getting them done. So in that respect, I do like what he says. And I think a related point is he says that yes, some things are difficult. Certainly many tasks and situations are legitimately difficult in themselves, even distressing. The point isn't to deny that reality, but to avoid worsening it. And the bit that really resonates with me, specifically, not to turn that fact that life can be difficult into a judgment of inadequacy on your part. And I think this cuts to the whole point of self-acceptance, which, as I've mentioned before, was the theme of my recent dissertation. And that self-acceptance, or the lack of self-acceptance, I really do feel that that's... I think he's hit a nerve there. I think he's hit on something that's a reality for me. And maybe that's why I find it a little bit challenging at the moment, of looking at this whole concept of letting go. I get what he says. He said on probably day 2 when he was talking about kayaks and super yachts. And we're not in a super yacht where we control everything and decide where the boat's going to go. We're in a kayak that's getting tossed around on the current and, can be taken in directions that we didn't really want to go in, and requires a lot of hard work to get back into the direction that we want to go in, or to rescue it, or to not crash. So for me, the letting go part of it feels like it doesn't quite fit with that concept. So that's my initial thoughts on the concept of letting go, on what would it be like if life was easy. On the false allure of effort. And that's day 15, the beginning of week 3. Meditations for Mortals by Oliver Burkeman, a 4-week guide to doing what counts. What do you think? Does this concept make sense to you? I'd love to see some comments. I will see you again tomorrow for day 16. I'm Lindsay Milner, and bye for now.